Brent and Sarah community members packed the courtroom to say that this is a loving mom who isn't on state aid, doesn't deserve to go to jail, and left her toddler with his older siblings to work as an Uber driver and afford to take care of them all.
He had an old soul.
Little Papa was born prematurely, getting a second lease on life.
He loved pasta. Oh, me too. He likes Mickey Mouse.
Hera Noel speaking on her nephew, 2-year-old Corneiluz, and her sister, Tabitha Frank.
An accident did take place. Child care was on its way. They just never made it.
Frank facing Judge Greg Davis in Hartford Thursday, nearly 2 weeks after the 2-year-old boy died after falling out of a third-floor window of the family's apartment.
Now that it's a tragedy, we want to pretend that she's this horrible mother.
The 34-year-old initially charged with 10 counts of risk of injury after leaving her 5 children alone. Hartford police adding a manslaughter charge, saying the Capitol Avenue apartment was in deplorable and uninhabitable condition.
I'm asking an increase of bond under a practice book section.
Joining Frank in court, 2 rows of supporters donning shirts that read, "It takes a village." Among them, the Reverend Sam Saylor, who recently lost his 12-year-old granddaughter to gun violence.
The social worker at DCF that does their job well, they would say that she was a good mother, and they left her to her mothering. One little mistake makes her a villain.
Saylor says Frank doesn't deserve to go to jail.
This is an accident.
Hartford attorney Wesley Spears representing Frank pro bono.
DCF had an open case with this family and provided no adequate support to help Ms. Frank get through this situation. In addition, she's a Section 8 tenant. Section 8 is supposed to inspect these apartments on a yearly basis and make sure that they're safe for the children.
In a prepared statement, DCF said, quote, "The last visit occurred in mid-June, over 1 month prior to the fatality, and based on the information known at the time, the children were deemed safe, and the home was observed to be adequate. This is a horrible tragedy, and much of the information is still being learned about the family as we conduct a joint investigation with the Hartford Police Department," end quote.
Frank is free after posting a $100,000 bond. Her case was continued to next Thursday. Her 4 children are currently in care of relatives, and a GoFundMe page has been established to cover funeral expenses for the 2-year-old Corneiluz, known as Little Papa. For a link, head to fox61.com. I'm in studio today, Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.